So we are now going to talk more about late static binding. We have already seen how to implement this in previous lectures, but now we're going to look at another real world example of where we can actually get a problem that can be solved using late static binding. If you look at the output that we have here, there's one potential problem, and the problem is right here. Instead of saying rabbit has been killed by a dog, we are seeing here prey method, which is the parent class of rabbit, has been killed by a dog. So prey method here can refer to a dog as well as a rabbit, and can also refer to a cat. So this is a potential bug in our program. So the reason why we are getting this is because when we look at the code again, come inside of prey method, and then here we are saying get class. So what this does is basically get the name of the class, which is correct, prey method. But then we want to get the name of the class that is being invoked. Okay, so whichever class is being invoked, that is the name of the class that we want to get. We don't want to get the name of the parent class, which in any case is supposed to be abstract. So let's just make this abstract so that we are sure that this cannot be actually instantiated. So we don't want to get the name of this class. This was a very big issue when PHP first started to implement object-oriented approach in programming. And then in PHP 5.3, a solution was provided, and that solution was called late static binding. And what it does is that it lets us get information about the class that is being invoked in this kind of scenario. For example, the dog class and the rabbit class are extending the prey method class. Whenever each of them invoke any of the methods here, we should be able to get the name of the actual class that is invoking the method. And to do that, as we saw previously, we can just use new static. New static. And we also saw before that we can actually save this into a variable. So we could say object, for example, is equal to new static. And then we can just pass in the object to the get class function that we have here. So in any case, I think we should be able to get away with using new static directly here. So come here and say get class new static. And then let's try to do a reload, see if that solves the problem. And now we can see rabbit has been killed by a dog. Everything is working correctly. We are now being able to get the name of the class that is actually being invoked as opposed to the class from which we are using the get underscore class method. So I hope this share more light on the concept of late static binding. This is just one example. There are so many examples, and we have seen some in the previous lectures.